Hello, good evening, and welcome to Thingamajig's Racing Channel. And this evening, ladies and gentlemen, for your pleasure, we are looking at the Wednesday evening racing from the Ultimate Racing League. It's the F-Type Series, and it's round 5 at Saint Croix. That's how you say it. What a championship we've had so far. I think just by quick glance, as I skimmed through not skimmed through the replay, but got sorted out the grid, okay? I think they're in the Group 4s this week. I should have looked at last week's replay to see. But I think they're taking the Group 4s around for 2 races, ladies and gentlemen, a sprint race and an endurance race. It's a 15-minute race on just soft tyres, going hell for leather to the checkered flag, and then we have a 30-minute race after that where the tyre deck and fuel deck is ramped up, and they have to use soft tyres and hard tyres in the second race. I think that's everything you need to know. So shall we begin? Let's have a look at the grid, ladies and gentlemen. They qualified a short while before the sprint race, and let's see how they lined up in their shags. Then on pole position, it's the Wayne Mad Dio Double G, ladies and gentlemen, in the Kit Kat Jaguar F-Type. On second place in the grid, it's Declan, ladies and gentlemen. Declan has been going great guns this season, and he's sharing that front row with our Mad Dio Double G. Phaser, who's had nothing but hardware problems over the last few rounds. His brake pedals, or just his pedals in general, have been playing up. He has replaced them, and he has qualified 3rd. Let's hope those pedals can hold out, and the new ones are super good. 4th on the grid, ladies and gentlemen, it is the Slow Poke. And he's also been having a very handsome season this season, fighting with the Mad Dio Double G and Muhammad Ali. 5th is Niggle, ladies and gentlemen, in the Duff Beer F-Type. And he's been in that action as well. That championship table is absolutely taut. I couldn't find it. That's why I didn't read it out to you. Sorry. You're welcome to go and look on Ultimate Racing, the Ultimate Racing League's Facebook page, and see if you can find it. I flicked around. It was near on impossible. So Niggle then in 5th place. 6th on the grid then, ladies and gents, it's Muhammad Ali in the Caramel Wafa F-Type Jaguar. In 7th, ladies and gentlemen, in the White Monster, it's the Hodge Meister. And didn't he get a win last round? I can't quite remember, but the Hodgie has been... He starts slow and then comes into his own near the end of the race, and he is absolutely nailing some of those results. In 8th, Big E. Big E in the Johnny Walker F-Type, Rossi. And he's come here to raise hell, ladies and gentlemen. He's not here to play. He ain't messing. So Rossi there qualifying in 8th place so far. 9th goes to Firepower, ladies and gentlemen. Firepower in the Monster Munch Shag. And this is a tricky track, you know. This is quite a tracky trick for him to drive. It's easy for you to say. So anything can happen. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of right-angled corners in here that could really cause a mayhem. In 10th place then, ladies and gents, it's Brownie. And Brownie, we know he can dice it with the best of them. From the last few rounds, he's been up there absolutely nipping at the heels of some of our fast boys. So see Brown in the qualifying not going the way he would have liked, but I'm sure he's going to feature large later in these races. Kean in 11th in the Subway Shag, looking mighty fine. And then Castian in 10th in a Kinder Pingu, a Kindergar Pinguor. So, and I don't think we've seen Cassian this season. I'm sure we haven't. So Cassian, a great return from Cassian. He'll start at 12th on the grid. Right then, without further delay, let's get this 15-minute race underway and get ourselves nicely wetted in for the feature race later. The lights are on, ladies and gentlemen. The Mad Dio Double G is tentative on his accelerator. He has released the brake, and the legends are away, ladies and gentlemen. Waney pulling away from the deck, but the deck's under fire from Phaser. The Belgium is in there. Action with their second place there, and Declan slipping down to third, and now he's got to watch out for the poke of Slow as he comes through at a reasonable pace. Declan though coming back at Phaser having to go defensive, and Declan already up and in the inside of Phaser. No messing around. Waney there circumnavigating the first few corners as Phaser and Declan dice together, and that brings Slowpoke well into the action. Slowpoke now looking large in their mirrors and having a look around the outside. He whips it up to the inside as they go and cover the outside, and at the moment Slowpoke playing with the Declan as Phaser back. Oh, Phaser looks like another pedal issue to me. Waney then goes up, and well, he's already in the lead, but Declan now in second, Slowpoke in third, Niggle is in fourth with Hodgie in fifth, Firepower in sixth place with Kian in seventh. Then we have Grahamad Ali being stalked by the Big E. Rossi, is he going to get that inside line on Grahamad? No, Grahamad just about holds on, and he gets so close to the barrier there, it is concerning. In into 10th with Castian 11th, and Phaser trying to sort out something to get that car to go. Waney's being caught now by the deck, and Declan getting that lovely piece of toe action down this nice longish straight, and that's a floor if ever there was through there. Declan trying to close in best he can on Waney the Mad Dio Double G. Waney's got this all under control at the moment. Slowpoke up to third, Hodgie then in fourth. It's Niggle that slipped. It's Niggle has had a mistake there, and he has slipped from Grace, ladies and gentlemen, and losing a position to, I think, Slowpoke and Hodgie. I'm not overly sure. Maybe just Hodgie. Firepower in this action, ladies and gentlemen. Firepower is in view of those cars. We've got movement here with Grahamad Ali making a move on Kian. He's around the outside though. Can he make it stick? And Grahamad Ali is moving and shaking, ladies and gentlemen. He is the Michael J. Fox of the pack at the moment. Castian in 8th with Kian now down to 9th. Castian slipped one through. Maybe even 3 with the Brownie on the inside. Brownie making a move, and he's up, and it is Brownie ahead of Kian. Kian losing nearly 3 spots there. Oh, that's an absolute banger of a poor lap for Kian. That must have really hurt near the end there. And Brownie then having a look at the Castian trying to defend the spots as Grahamad Ali makes his getaway and tries to catch up with Firepower, who's closing in now. Look at this pack, they're coming through. Grahamad Ali, Castian and Kian closing in on those leaders at the moment. Oh my word, look at them navigating through the twisty parts together. And oh, Kian's having a sniff up the inside of the Brownie, but the Brownie holds on as he sticks to the back of the Castian as they cross the bridge, and Grahamad Ali is now very much closing in on Firepower. Hodgie in 5th, Niggles back up and into 4th place. We've missed both his moves, I apologise. Slowpoke in 3rd, but we've got Declan all up and in the Mad Dio Double G's business, and this is not what we're used to seeing. Waney under pressure, and the deck is absolutely slinging shag today here at St. Croix for round 5 of the F-Type series. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ultimate Racing League's Wednesday evening championship is lit, and Declan at the moment we're on board with being chased by the poke of Slow and Niggle as he tries to get himself past a piece of the Waney Mad Dio Double G. Waney having a little touch with the barrier there. Nothing serious, nothing to concern yourself with. Waney's okay. It was all meant to be part of the plan. And Slowpoke pushing Declan along. Niggle a little further back as Hodgie now caught by Firepower and Grahamad Ali. But Grahamad Ali has got the itch today, ladies and gentlemen. Grahamad Ali has got that feeling of overtaking, and he's doing a lot of it. Look at him go. Wowzers. Unbelievable stuff. Hodgie next on his list, ladies and gents. Grahamad Ali absolutely slapping today. Someone's out wide. Oh, it's Castian. He's had an absolutely crazy great race so far, and he's had a slip now, and that puts him to the back as he joins Rossi and Phaser, other survivors of big offs. Kian then in ninth place. He's not too far away from the Brownie, and the Brownie trying to catch up with Firepower. So Grahamad Ali now, as we've saw him just get past Firepower, he's looking at Hodgie intently for a move. Hodgie, last season's championship contender, took Waney, the Mad Dio Double G, all the way, and now he is under fire from the Ali. Niggle not far ahead of these guys, but not enough to give Hodgie a tow here, and he is in no man's land when it comes to the racing. Grahamad Ali getting a lovely slipstream all of the way around here, and Hodgie, nothing he can do, and it's gonna be an absolute banger from Grahamad Ali. He's gonna slip it down the inside somewhere around here. He's got the slip now, he's pulling on through, and that one straightforward. Grahamad Ali absolutely by the numbers. Super driving, it has to be said, from the pair of them. Hodgie now gets the same favour, it should be said, with the tow, and if he can stay with the Ali, he can do exactly the same back to him, but he's got to stay with the Ali, and at the moment Grahamad is absolutely slinging Shag. Niggle in fourth. He did a 2:23.7 last time around. Slowpoke a 2:23.1, the fastest man on the track, and he's looking poised to take a piece of Declan. And at the moment, as these two duke it out, it gives Waney they're enabling Waney, ladies and gentlemen. Declan and Slowpoke with their squabbling. Oh no, Slowpoke's picked up a 1 second penalty, and that is harsh for whatever he did. Even for murder, that's a lot. So Slowpoke tries to get the move done on the deck, and Declan holding his accelerator around the outside, and Slowpoke having to slip back in to find the toe, and he's carrying that 1 second penalty. How's he faring against the Niggle? Niggle, that's going to close Niggle right up to his rear derriere, I am telling you. So Slowpoke, he's going to be under fire from the Niggle and Grahamad Ali, who is slinging Shag, remember, today. He's not messing about. He's up to fifth, and he's chasing tail. Hodgie then in sixth with the Firepower. Hodgie not able to stay as close to the Grahamad Ali as he needs to get that tow game going. Where is your tow game, Hodgie? So over the bridge, though, this will be a good one. Get a bit of a slip on the Grahamad and try and pull him in. We've got a tough left-hander at the end of the bridge, and they have to kiss the barrier, just smooch it a little bit to get the perfect exit of the corner. And Grahamad Ali very close there, very tidy. And Hodgie then trying to close in on the Caramel Wafa logoed Shag. Meanwhile, oh no, Slowpoke. He has managed to get ahead of the deck, but remember, he's got a big penalty, but then he's got open air ahead of him, and he can open up his space between himself and Niggle, which is, I imagine, more of his concern of why he needed to get past the Declan as hastily as he did. Declan then playing the patience game. It doesn't mind, doesn't matter. If the Poke is ahead of him, he's going to end up ahead of the Poke. Oh no! Oh yeah, Slowpoke, sorry. I thought that was Declan picking one up, but no, it's Slowpoke. I've just given you the same reaction twice to one penalty. So Waney absolutely cruising at the moment. This is the Slowpoke needing to slow down. Now this is the one, Niggle, he's just not close enough, is he? Slowpoke now through the corner. He'll be back to racing speed. And Niggle just is still a little too far away. Muhammad Ali, Hodgie is coming along with the Ali. And I reckon Hodgie is going to angle to use the Ali to pull himself up to Niggle here. Slowpoke in third, Declan managing to get by after the penalty was spent, and the Mad Dio Double G is just running away in the distance. We are 10 minutes into this 15-minute race, and Waney looks unstoppable, ladies and gentlemen. Phaser up to 3-second penalty there. He is having a bad day. Castian is in 11th. We saw him having a huge off. Other than that, he was fighting in that pack, wasn't he? Rossi as well, slipping back from the pack, but he's caught up Kian, who's in a battle with the Brownie. And here we go, Kian trying to get that position back from Brownie here, and Brownie trying to stand fast. Kian then not quite getting it around the outside. He's having a look around the other side, but Brownie at the moment has his car under him. He's gone wide, ladies and gentlemen. He's gone a little late on the brakes. He's managed to get back on, but that's given Kian and Rossi the position, and Brownie must be absolutely crestfallen. Rossi then, he's getting the momentum on Kian. Kian maybe reacted and braked a little more from Brownie's off, and now that's given Rossi a little extra, but no, Kian holds on to the position. Firepower a little bit in no man's land, and he's just hit the barrier. 1.5 seconds. Oof, that hurts. Kian and Rossi, they're more than that behind, so he should be safe, but it's not going to help him catch up to Hodgie, who has dropped back considerably from Muhammad Ali, who is on a mission, ladies and gentlemen. The next man on his list is Niggleback. Oh, Slowpoke's going slow. Why? Whoa. We'll go back and see if there was something in that. So Slowpoke goes for a move on the deck, side by side, heavy onto the brakes. Slowpoke nearly makes it. Declan's out wide, but he holds on, and no, Slowpoke just pulled out of it, I think. Slowpoke pulled out of it, and that put Niggle right into the action. Unbelievable stuff. So the deck as well under threat here. And it seems like Niggle's got some sort of boost going on. He's on the move. His tyres are in a little better position than Declan's. Declan is chewing into his tyres, but not enough, I'd imagine, to cause him an offence. Niggle and Slowpoke go side by side through the final corner, and Slowpoke just slightly ahead. We're only at 12 minutes. We're all right. We've got plenty of time for racing here. And it's Niggle then just behind Slowpoke, but it is a drag race down to the first corner. Slowpoke's got the inside line. Slowpoke should be safe, and he is. Niggle going a little wider, but comes out stronger and goes back at Slowpoke. And guess who's on scene, ladies and gentlemen? Muhammad Ali is going for a podium, isn't he? He really is. Look at that. He's already got Niggle. No, he hasn't. He's had to back out of that one because he was right up Slowpoke's rear derriere, and now he's a little wide side by side with the Niggle, but he just manages to get ahead of the Niggle, and Muhammad Ali is actually slinging shag today. He must be wearing a little bit of Brute or something, because it's working. Slowpoke then in third, and the Declan trying to get away from the madness that's unfolding behind him, and Waney Mad Dio Double G is booking his holidays, ladies and gentlemen. He's got time to spend. Declan in second, Slowpoke in third, then we have Muhammad Ali, who is on the hunt today. Niggleback in fifth, with Hodgie in sixth. They're all together. They've dropped Firepower, and but Firepower pretty safe from Rossi, who's under fire from Kian, and the Brownie is in there as well, but he's got 1.5 second penalty, which really is an absolute slap in the face. Castian is in 11th. We saw him having a big off, and Phaser we saw going straight on in the first corner, which leads me to believe his brakes or his pedals weren't working. Whew, hello. Declan then is in second place. He is absolutely fighting for his life, ladies and gentlemen. He has been absolutely giving no quarter. Slowpoke managed to get past him at one point in the race, but had a 1 second penalty and had to slip back. And ever since, he's been all up and in his business. Muhammad Ali and Nigel have both had a go as well, but none of them have been able to crack the deck. So Declan, not a foot wrong. Absolutely championship drive from a Dangerous Deck, ladies and gentlemen, doing a superb job in the Jaguar. Wayne the Mad D-O-double-G is all off and out for lunch with Declan now in. Oh, we've got 30 seconds left on the clock, and Slowpoke having a look into the first corner on Declan. He fancies a go, under braking. Slowpoke gets it into second, and oh my gosh, on the final lap, this is heartbreaking for the deck, and Muhammad Ali, who is hungry for positions, also capitalizes on Declan being on the back foot of the overtake and gets himself through, and Declan from second to fourth. Heartbreaking stuff in the final lap, and he's got to rise again. Nigel in fifth with Hodgie in sixth. Then we've got Firepower in seventh, Rossi in eighth with that battle with Kian and the Brownie, but the Brownie had a 1.5 second penalty he had to pay, and now he is further back. Castian in 11th, hitting the wall, but this is his final lap. He is over and done with in this race, and I'm sure he'll be pleased with that. And we're not pleased with the position, but pleased that it's over, as Phaser also comes in to the final corner and finishes in 12th. What could have been qualified on third, had good pace, so it's got to sort out his hardware. Wayne then on holiday. Whoa, we'll go back because big things happened there. As we cut to it, huge things happened. Muhammad Ali just about poking his nose ahead of the Slowpoke, felt a tap from the deck, and he'd gone over to hit the barrier. I don't know if that's because of the tap from the deck, and now it's, oh, he's gone, deck's gone behind. Nigel's gone up now. It's Muhammad Ali, and Declan's dropped down to fifth because I suppose he feels it was him on Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali coming back at the Nigel. He wants the podium. Slowpoke still in that second place. Nearly lost it to Muhammad Ali, but Muhammad Ali is absolutely fighting every position now. He's back up into third place. He's too far away now, surely, to get that second spot. Wayne the Mad D-O-double-G is out there absolutely rinsing this race with Slowpoke in second. Muhammad Ali has overtaken nearly everyone. Nigel in fourth. Hodgie is up to fifth. Declan in sixth. I saw someone going wide. It must have been Declan. Oh, Declan, heartbreak in the final lap of this race, and Hodgie now up to fifth with the Nigel going on the attack to Muhammad Ali. We've still got a podium to fight for here, and Muhammad Ali is holding on with all his might from an insurging Nigel back. Slowpoke, and there we go, Wayne gets the win. Super stuff. Slowpoke gets that second spot. Well fought, my sir, well fought. Slowpoke in second, Muhammad Ali in the podium, Nigel in fourth, Hodgie comes in fifth, and poor old Declan in sixth place. Oh my word. Firepower not that far behind and not that far ahead of Rossi. Seventh for Firepower there, ahead of Rossi in eighth, Kian in ninth, and the Brownie. Oh, the Brownie was dicing it with the boys, but that 1.5 second penalty absolutely threw a curveball. What a race, ladies and gentlemen. 15-minute sprint around St. Croix in these shags, and it was an absolute blinder. Wayne the Mad D-O-double-G brings it home on top, pretty much undisputed throughout the race, and a great race it was. Also, Slowpoke absolutely dug his heels in. He had to fight for everything with the deck for most of the race, but at the end there, he had everyone having a go. Muhammad Ali, Nigel, it was a free-for-all on the Slowpoke, but in the end, he slayed the dragon, and he came out in second place. Muhammad Ali, my words, was on the hunt today. Tunnock's Caramel Wafer will be absolutely over the moon with our Muhammad Ali. Absolutely slung shag today, ladies and gentlemen, and attacked every driver he came across and came out on top. Muhammad Muhammad Ali, driver of the race. It has to be said. Great driving. Nigel in fourth, just ahead of the Hodgie, with Declan coming home in sixth. And Firepower in seventh, ahead of Rossi in eighth, Kian in ninth, the Brownie in 10th, Cassian with the big spin in 11th, and Fazer with the straight on into the wall, Paul Walker style, in 12th. Wowzers. Shall we move on, ladies and gentlemen, to the endurance race? Can you believe what that's going to kick up? So here we go then. We'll go and have a look for it. So 30 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, an endurance race. I think it's ×5 on fuel and ×4 on tyres, degradation and depletion. And, yeah, so, I mean, there is a tyre rule about minimum laps, but it doesn't really matter. They try and make... Oh, my gosh, it's going to be dark throughout. This might be a struggle, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, it might be just headlights. It doesn't look too dark there. In the chat, Bloomfield saying yo thingy. Well, hello Bloomfield. What an amazing weekend we are having. It is fantastical. It's a little hot and I don't want to complain about it. So here we go then. Fazer on pole with Cassian in second, Brownie in third. Hang on, stop. That was the worst one. Sorry. I didn't go through the field, did I? I just wanted to crack on. Fazer's on the hard tyres. Castian's in second on the hard tyres. Brownie is in third on the hard tyres. Kian starting fourth on the hard tyres. We've got Rossi starting fifth on the hard tyres. Firepower is starting sixth on the hard tyres. Declan is starting seventh on the soft tyres. He's fancying cutting through some of the traffic. Hodgie in eighth on the hard tyres. Nigel starts ninth on the hard tyres. Muhammad Ali is starting 10th, on the hard tyres. Slowpoke starts 11th on the hard tyres. And the Wayne Mad Dio Double G is starting 12th, and he fancies the soft tyres. So was that Castian? No, Declan and Mad Dog are going with the soft tyres. Right. Let me go back. No, that's not gone back. Yes, it has. So the lights are on, ladies and gentlemen. And let's go racing. Here we go. Fazer to a good start. Can he get around that first corner this time around? Castian is under threat. No, it looks like Brownie and Kian side by side going up towards the corner. And Fazer does manage to make it into the first corner. And here, hooray, praise the maker. Castian then in second. Brownie has pulled ahead of the Kian, but only just. And we've got the dangerous Deck. He's made it through up to third already, ladies and gentlemen, on those racing soft tyres. And it usually takes a while for them to warm up, but Deck already making his way up and into third place and making his choice of tyres an absolute banger. So Deck somehow slinging it up to third. Rossi in fourth, Brownie in fifth. Then we got Muhammad Ali in sixth with the Kian in seventh. And Mad Dog is in eighth now. Mad Dog on those soft tyres as well, trying to cut his way through the pack. Then we have Hodgie in ninth, Firepower in 10th, Slowpoke in 11th, and the Nigel is in 12th. Nigel at the back. Fazer leads this race, ladies and gentlemen, but the Deck on the racing softs is a force to be reckoned with at any time, and these are going to be some very mad braking around here. The hard tyres will have no grip whatsoever, and these corners really do rely on a lot of grip. So Declan then closing in on the hard-tyred Fazer as Castian keeps an eye on what goes on. What go on? Oh, Fazer there coming out the corner slow, and this is where Declan overtakes for the lead. Now Declan has got to bolt. He has got to dip, ladies and gentlemen. He's got to get out of their way. He has got to disappear into the distance. He needs to build himself up a major buffer for when they pit again. Declan is going to be on the hard tyres, and the rest of the field, virtually except for the Mad Dio Double G, is going to be on the soft tyre. So Declan has to make those soft tyres work for him early doors and get away from the crowd. Fazer in second, Castellan in third, Rossi in fourth. It's a crowd here. Waney already up to fifth now with those soft tyres helping him. A big advantage as he goes out. No, not wide, not at all. Brownie in sixth place with the Muhammad Ali in seventh, but Kian is wanting to mess his day up, but he's not. Kian under threat from the Hodgie. The Hodgie makes his way past. Hodgie now up and into eighth place, and Kian just trying to avoid all of the action around him. Slowpoke also making his way through, and Niggle is there on the other side of Kian. Kian had everyone come past him then. That was stressful. Shall we watch it? Sorry, Kian. You know. But it was a bit stressful, wasn't it, for Kian? So he's got all of those behind him. He's breaking into the corner. And there appears Hodgie. Hello, Hodgie. Thank you for that. And then he's trying to come back over to the line, but some other bugger's there. He's like, what the fudge? And there's Slowpoke. And then he's like, well, I can finally pull over. And then this side of him, we've got the Niggle. OMG. And I bet Kian thought, what went on there? I didn't do anything wrong. So Kian there up against it with the absolute fastens, and firepower in that action as well. Kian trying to come back at the Niggle, and the Niggle ain't... No, that's Slowpoke, sorry. Niggle's already behind Kian. No, Niggle coming back through against Kian. Oh, Niggle got a wiggle on, and someone else has as well. Castian, heartbreak for Castian, not again. Sitting in a comfortable third, ladies and gentlemen, not under any pressure from the Rossi. And he's there chasing the leaders. Goes a little wide. Oh, and the back end didn't agree with that racing line whatsoever. And the Jaguar didn't like that, as Niggle had a moment as well. But Niggle scooped his one up and carried on. And Kian now up. No, Kian still with Niggle. So Niggle, he didn't lose too much time. But Firepower did get ahead of Kian and Niggle in that altercation. Firepower up to ninth, Slowpoke in eighth. He's all over the back of the Hodgie like eczema, ladies and gentlemen. And Slowpoke then, he's going for it. He's making his intentions clear before this corner. He's telling Hodgie, I'm going up your inside, bro. So brace yourself. And he does. Beautiful stuff from the slow of Poke. And Hodgie slots in behind as Firepower looked wild going into that corner. The back end was just swinging. And Niggle is there in 10th with Kian in 11th. Slinging shag at him. And Castian 12th. Declan still leads. He is doing what he needs to do. He is pulling away with Fazer in second place. And Waney there. He's up to third already now. Rossi in fourth. Brownie fifth. And Muhammad Ali is in sixth place with the Hodge Meister in seventh. But for how long as Slowpoke comes through? Well, we've already seen Slowpoke overtake him once. So Hodgie must have got back ahead of the Poke. And again now the Poke going for the inside line, and Hodgie trying to make his life difficult around that outside, and he holds fast, ladies and gentlemen. The Hodgemeister and Slowpoke giving us some absolutely delightful racing. Up ahead as well, you can see all that action going on, and we're just going to sit on with Slowpoke for a corner or two as Declan leads. Fazer in second, or Waney the Mad DOGG in third. Declan on the softs, and so is the Mad Dog. Here comes Slowpoke getting a tow, coming to have a look up the road. Brownie trying to work on someone. I can't remember who. It might be Muhammad Ali. And there we go. He just... Oh, Hodgie might have been a bit late on his brakes there. And he's given the spot. He's given the spot to the Poke of Slow. And Slowpoke through. Hodgie, though, still a thorn in his side. So it is Muhammad Ali. I think he may have got past the Brownie there. And now he's working on the Ross Meister up ahead. Waney the Mad DOGG closing in on Fazer. Fazer, the top hard tyre runner so far, with Declan dipping on those softs. They've done 2 laps on them now. They're on the 3rd lap. They're still looking okay. We're coming up to 6 minutes in the race, and the soft tyres looking fine. Waney, though, is he going? Where's he going? Is he just trying to... Oh, he's just getting over to that racing line early doors. So Rossi then in 4th. Muhammad Ali absolutely was lightning in the sprint race. So one to watch. As soon as they get the pit stops done, I reckon in this final part of this race, he is going to be absolutely hunting F-types. Brownie in 6th, ahead of the Poke, and Hodgie now is in 8th, but he's not given up on that yet. Niggle in 9th, ahead of Firepower, so Firepower slipping back again after Niggle getting the move done on him. Kian in 11th, and Castian, unbelievably bad luck here at St. Croix, and just the car not behaving as it should. Declan at the moment just disappearing into the horizon, and Waney has got past Phaser now. Waney pushing on. He knows he's got to make space. He needs a bit of wiggle room for when these guys pit and put on the soft tyre. When that will be, who knows? So far they've run 7 minutes on them. I've been saying that it's been going about 10 minutes on the softs, 20 minutes on the hards. They try and take it 12, 13, 15 minutes. Waney did 15 minutes on the softs, but I think it cost him in the end. I think he said something in Discord that he should have, Discord, in Messenger, that I think he thinks he may have pushed his tyres too far into the race. So a perfect balance. You want your softs to go in as late as possible. At the moment, they're looking okay. 7.5 minutes. If they can get them anything over 10, then they're laughing, aren't they? And Waney there. But these guys, they'll be doing the same thing at the 22 minute mark, coming in and putting some soft tyres on. Earlier than that even, 18 minute mark. They'll be coming in, putting the soft tyres on, and then they'll be nice and minty fresh and ready to rock. So Phaser, Rossi, Muhammad Ali, just waiting for the optimum time to go onto the soft tyre Slowpoke, and these guys' cars will be nice and light on those. Hodgie under threat from the Niggle getting racy early doors here, and Niggle fancying an opportunity against the Hodgemeister here, and these cars really do even it out between these guys. They're very close time wise and driving wise. So Slowpoke, Hodgie and Niggle all on a same level as each other, I would say, going to do battle for 6th, 7th and 8th. That's the reverse grids for you. That's how these things get mixed up. That's the beauty of them. Declan still leads from Waney in 2nd, Phaser in 3rd. Phaser doing great guns at the moment. Looks like his pedals are working for now, the new ones even. Sorry for any gulping, I was just trying to finish the hot brew. It was gorgeous. Sorry. So Niggle in 8th place. We're on board with Niggle as we're trying to close in on Hodgie, and it looks like Hodgie closing in on the Poke, but not fast enough here. Further down, Firepower under threat from the Brownie. The Brownie makes a move up the inside. Fantastic stuff from the Brownie there, and Firepower slipping back into 10th. Kian with a half a second penalty, and Castian trying to close back up, and to say he's had a big spin. He was in 3rd. He's coming back quite nicely, I must say, against the guys. Fantastic stuff from Castian, doing some great lap times. 2:27.5 against Kian's 2:29. Firepower 2:29. Brownie at 32 last time around, as he has a little meeting with Barry R. Nothing serious, not a problem. Nothing to concern yourself with. First pit stops then. Castian deciding. Ooh, that's early. That is early. If he thinks he's going to do 20 minutes on soft tyres, he's got a crazy problem. He might need to change his medication, ladies and gentlemen. Declan then in the lead with the Waney Mad DOGG coming in hot and fast. The tyres are looking good, I've got to say. 10 minutes, but I wouldn't give them more than 15 minutes, these soft tyres. I don't think they're going to go 20 minutes. I honestly don't. Waney in 2nd. There's always one, though. Every race wants to test it. And today it's going to be Castian. Phaser in 3rd, doing a super job. Look, he's well in sight of Declan. Are they losing pace? Could their tyres be losing pace now? Because Phaser is very close. If I was Declan or Waney, I'd be quite nervous of how close Phaser's maintained throughout this race. Declan must have dropped time somewhere, really. He should have been a lot further ahead than that. So Declan, I tell you what you need this time of year. You need some Eldridge air conditioning. That's what you need. It's hot as a grilled chicken. Absolutely steaming. So Declan then leads with Wayne, the Mad Dio Double G in second, Fazer in third. Rossi, the Big E, is in fourth ahead of Grahamad Ali. And Grahamad Ali, a 25.9 last time out from him. Rossi, a 26.0. It's very close times between the Ali and Rossi. Nigel, is in sixth. 25.9. It's all very close, isn't it? No one's getting a march on anyone here. Hodgie, 26.0. Slowpoke's ended up, oh no. Slowpoke's ended up behind the Hodge. And with a 1.5 second, and Niggles ended up ahead of him. Oh, is it worth going back? No. Keep the flow of the race, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know how Niggles ended up ahead of the Hodgie, and Slowpoke is ended up very much far away from him. So it looks to me like Slowpoke may have had a meeting with a barrier, or his rear dairy air decided to come round and be the front end of the car for a short while. But he's paid his penalty, and now firepower is a concern for him. Firepower 28.9 last time out, and he is slinging shag, ladies and gents. Kian's picked up a half-a second penalty. I'm going to say again, it can't be the same one we saw from like 3 laps ago. So Brownie in 11th. He'll be happy with that half a second penalty Kian's got. That's going to close it up lovely. And Castian looks like, oh yeah, he's going to go for the softs. Maybe he's going to go a double pit stop on those soft tyres, but that is still crazy talk. Definitely have a word with your therapist about your medication, Castian. Declan then holding. Declan's been a big player today in this round, ladies and gentlemen. And he was unlucky just to come, was it 6th in the last race? After holding second place for so long, and a little dab with the barrier. And Wayne there, these tyres are rinsed. They really have been used. And it's lap 6 now. Coming up to 14 minutes in the race. Nearly halfway. So we're only a couple of minutes away, maybe another lap, and these guys, the hard runners, it'll probably be safe for them to put the soft tyre on. We'll have to see. Rossi in 4th, Grahamad Ali is there in 5th. He is palpably closer to Grahamad Ali. A 25.6 last time from Grahamad Ali. Rossi at 25.2, that's faster, isn't it? So Grahamad Ali's lost, Rossi's lost some time this lap, I think. This lap's nearly over, in it. It's 1:54. So although Rossi last time around was a lot faster than Grahamad Ali, Grahamad Ali has closed. He's 1.8 seconds slower this lap around. Grahamad Ali seems to be reenacting his first race shenanigans, and he's on full-on attack, ladies and gentlemen. Order 66 has been initiated by Grahamad Ali, and there goes Wayne. Wayne's, oh, Declan fancies another lap on them, and Wayne said that will be a mistake. He did that last round, and he lost out to it. Fazer continuing on, and in a very close. Declan's off already. Oh my God, it's already a bad decision. It has already become a bad decision for Declan. He should have gone in with the Wayne. And Fazer, I might be wrong. That's my gut feeling right this very second. He had an off in turn 1. Those tyres aren't going to get any better throughout the 2 minutes of this lap. And that's times 4, ladies and gentlemen. So it's like 8 minutes of running on a tyre rather than 2 minutes of running. His tyre is going to be absolutely used and abused. By the end, it's going to be like a priest's favourite choir boy by the end of this lap. And Fazer then in second, with Rossi in third. Grahamad Ali all up and in Rossi's business. And Rossi now, he's got something to really give him focus, and that is a Grahamad Ali right on his butt ski. Nigel absolutely laying it down, not too far behind those guys. Anything can change in the next 14 minutes. Hodgie in 6th. Behind the Nigel, trying to close in. Slowpoke lost some time on those guys, and he's back in 7th with Firepower, but he's pulled away from Firepower now. That was a concern for him, but Firepower slipping back into the Kean world with Waney out of the pits on the hard tyres behind Kean in 10th place, but they've all got to pit ahead of him. Brownie in 11th. Castian has already pulled the trigger on that pit stop, and the soft tyres, they may be holding in there, but how long will they last? Phaser's got past, sorry, we'll give him his credit. He's side by side. Well, my gosh, come on, it's not much credit. Give him a bit more credit than that. So Declan then, he's struggling with grip, as you can see. Phaser up alongside on those hard tyres, and it's just easy short work for the Phaser. No messing, no, Declan still has the lead, but he's sliding around all over the place, and that's just enough for Phaser to get the business done. The wonky German up and ahead of Declan. Declan going one lap too long, we think, on the soft tyre, but who knows? Phaser then into the lead, and Phaser, he'll be looking at around, I don't know, you know. I don't know. I mean, any time around now, these hard runners might come in. So Grahamid, I mean, Waney, Declan's still running on them after 16 minutes, but they are absolutely burned. But Waney got 14 and a bit minutes out of them. So the hard runners, any time at the end of this lap, I imagine they're gonna come in. Oh, the Mad Dog's in the chat saying yo 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 bros, and Mad Dog saying well done Pete, Phaser, perfect strategy mixed with perfect driving. It's not over yet, my friend. And there we go, Deck is going in, and he's crossed that white line, I'm pretty sure. We'll see when he comes out, but it seemed like a late choice to go in, which was he knew he was going in, but Rossi had caught him up. Declan in. Niggles made the decision to go onto the soft tyre. He's done it a lot earlier than everyone else. This could be a super stroke by Niggleback, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have to wait and see. Firepower also making that decision. Kean continues on, and he's got damage as Brownie goes in to put his soft tyres on. Castian put his soft tyres on after 10 minutes of the race. And I'll tell you what, say 17 minutes, they're okay, but they're going to go downhill fast. Ask Declan. Where's Deck come out then? Declan out behind Waney by a margin. He was ahead, remember. That's how much time he lost out on that one extra lap on those soft tyres. OMG, Kean right up his jacksie. Kean yet to pit for the soft tyres, and Slowpoke yet to pit. So who was that first one? Niggle out. He's not far behind Declan. He's not that far behind Declan. Declan on the hard tyres, Niggles on the soft. It's all to fight for. I mean, my words, this is going to be tight, ladies and gentlemen. I think there's going to be people like Phaser get out ahead, easily ahead of Waney. Easily ahead maybe of Waney. Phaser is crazy stuff. When's he going to make his pit stop? We've seen Niggle already make his, and it's so far working out for him. He's there closing in on Kean, and Declan, who was running second in this race, isn't that far ahead. But we think Declan may have asked one lap too long, as he's lost a bit of time to the Waney. Mad Dog, he's out there. He was leading this race on those soft tyres. He's gone on to the hard tyre, and he's waiting for everyone to pit and see how much work he's got to do, because they're all going to be on the soft tyres, and it's going to be a fool's errand to try and defend against soft runners around St. Croix. It's all about the late break and get it into the apex. So Waney at the moment evaluating this race, and I guess he wants these guys to stay out as long as possible, so it's less time for him to get to work on him. Phaser continues on, not interested in a pit stop. I'm really surprised they're going this late, ladies and gents. Muhammad Ali also swanning past the pit stops. Hodgie as well. Oh my word, Slowpoke goes in. Niggle's not that far behind. The tyres are okay. They're leaving it later than I would expect. I mean, we are sitting from a different advantage. We are seeing other people. We've seen what else has gone on. Now Kean's decided to make the change. But so far, where is Niggle then? He's already moved, didn't he? Niggle's already ahead of Declan. Wow. Niggle is on the hunt. Hodgie, Grahammed, Rossi, Fazer, all on those hard tyres. They've got to do, I mean, it might come down to minimum. They're meant to do 3 laps, I think, is something I read. But it bewilders me why they haven't already put the soft tyre on. Maybe they've been burnt before in other races with the tyre wear, but maybe the combination of it's more right angled rather than long sweeping corners. Like long sweeping corners will wear the outside tyres a lot more, because there's a lot like this that should wear them. But I mean, the nature of this is a lot of just brake and squirt. You brake, slow right down, turn the corner, get out the corner. So I don't think you use as much rubber in those kind of corners. So maybe that is helping with the tyre deck, and plus it's in the evening, so the tyres, the track's cooler, possibly. But yeah, these guys taking, or maybe it's a fuel game. They're getting low on fuel, so that might dictate their pit stops. Wayne, the Mad DO double G at the moment, no sign of Niggle. Niggle is on his way, but 2 seconds faster than he's gone already in this race. And Niggle now slinging shag to try and catch up Wayne, who was the leader when he pitted, but he's on a different strategy to everyone else. So it's intriguing to see how it's going to turn out. Declan on a similar strategy to Wayne, already losing a position to Niggle. Fazer's in now. Fazer's in. It's got to cause a reaction throughout the. Well, I think it's a fuel. I think they all need fuel. So fuel dictates the pit stops, it seems, on this one. And Wayne should easily retake the lead. And then it's a game of what's the time, Mr. Wolf? So Wayne then goes ahead. No, Fazer's being spat out of the pits. Not quick enough, as Wayne still stays in the lead, but Wayne on those hard tyres. And Fazer is on a crisp set of soft tyres, minty fresh, ladies and gentlemen. And Rossi is out in third, Grahammed Ali in fourth, Niggle in fifth, Declan losing out again. Declan, what is it, from second to sixth is his thing. And you got to feel for him. 1 lap too long, man. 1 lap too long. He should have come in with Wayne. So Wayne at the moment, he's got a bit of a gap, but it's going to be 7 minutes of pure hell as Fazer hunts him down. But Wayne, one thing for Wayne, he's quite ahead of Rossi, Grahammed Ali and the Niggle. Niggle there in the battle here for the podium again. And Grahammed Ali absolutely on form today. You don't want to go out there too wide. There's a horrible barrier that seems to stop you rather quickly. And Niggle then trying to hunt down Grahammed Ali, but it looks like they've got a good drive, and Grahammed Ali going for a move up the inside of Big E. And you better be prepared if you're going to make a move on Big E, because he's packing, ladies and gentlemen. And you don't want to get on the wrong side of the Rossi. Absolutely slinging shag for a podium today. Fazer hunting himself down a Wayne Mad Dio double G. Can he do it? This hood is lit, ladies and gentlemen. Drive-by shootings are happening all the time. And here is one now. Bam, bam, bam. Pop, 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 says Grahammed Ali to the Ross. And Rossi says, I can pop, pop, pop as well. But Grahammed Ali then comes up and into third place. Grahammed Ali, has to be said, this round has absolutely slung shag. His wife must have a dizzy spell at least once a day from the shagging of slinging that Grahammed Ali is capable of. Rossi in fourth, Niggle in fifth, Declan is in sixth, I don't know, let's move on. Slowpoke in seventh, and Slowpoke is on those soft tyres, hunting himself down at Declan. So Declan, it's not over yet, the pain could increase more. Hodgie just behind Slowpoke on those soft tyres with firepower in ninth. So Niggle, what a move, man. He's jumped at everyone. He was behind no, Slowpoke had that issue, didn't he? Or no, maybe not. Slowpoke's got himself ahead of Hodgie. And I think Slowpoke, wasn't it this race, he had a big drop off. Well, he somehow has got himself right up there with the Hodgemeister and ahead. So Niggle doing a super job at the moment. I don't think he can go. Oh, Rossi's come back. Pop, 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 says Rossi. He's had a drive-by shooting as well from the Big E himself. And that's why Muhammad Ali needs to go check himself before he go fighting the Big E. Big E ain't playing, you know what I'm saying, bruv? And Muhammad Ali, hungry for the race, ladies and gentlemen. Muhammad Ali just absolutely slinging it wherever it will be slung. And he can't get enough. Can you hear me? Do you hear me? Ask yourself. So Big E in third. Wayne is down. Oh my God. Phaser caught him. I'm so sorry. I was so caught up in everyone else's racing, but Phaser. And it was always inevitable. But I know, I'm sorry I missed it. I was so wrapped up in everyone else's fighting. Phaser through, ladies and gentlemen. Rossi and the Muhammad Ali still battling it out. Niggle in fifth, undisputed. No one around to disturb his flow. Slowpoke under threat from the deck. No, Slowpoke has attacked the deck, and Deck's day just gets slightly worse. Just very slightly worse. He got greedy, didn't he, ladies and gentlemen? This is the problem with greed. He wanted more from the soft tyres than they were willing to give him, and this is the pain he has to take. As Slowpoke on those soft tyres makes it look easy, but Niggle, no, Declan comes through again. Declan back against the poke of Slowpoke. Is he playing with him? He's got that better grip on his tyres. Maybe he just doesn't want to use the grip too much. And Declan actually going toe-to-toe with one of the soft runners and coming out on top at the moment. Great stuff from the deck. Slowpoke then with a toe, getting it out for a late break into the first corner. He's got the grip with the tyres. He's got the position, and that is Slowpoke up and into sixth place. And Declan now in seventh, but Declan seems to have the ability to come back at the poke, coming out of the corners again, coming at him. Declan absolutely solid on his accelerator, coming out of the corners a little faster than the poke, but the poke, another corner that needs a lot of grip. Should, but no, he loses time in there. He loses a lot of time, and Declan, no fear, goes through it. And I think Slowpoke might be trying to look after his tyres. There's only 2 minutes left of racing, so Slowpoke should just go slinging shag. But Declan up and ahead on his hard tyres, fighting it out with Slowpoke. And these two squabbling is bringing Hodgie into the action. Let's have a look how the Muhammad Ali and Rossi squabble is happening. Rossi is in third, and he ain't messing. And Muhammad Ali looks like he has lost the fight in this one. With only a minute and a half of racing to go, Wayne down in second on those hard tyres. Is he safe from Rossi and Muhammad Ali? I'm not sure, you know. They might get across the line, and that means that's another lap. Wayne's going to have to live with the hard tyres against an extremely fast Rossi and Muhammad Ali coming his way. Niggle in fifth, Slowpoke now in sixth, but still being harassed and harangued by Declan. Declan having a look either way. Wants to keep that pattern of second to sixth going. And all the time, these two are duking it out. And we've got Hodgie just in the periphery coming in, and Declan again, same corner, makes the move. Declan got it sussed, and he's up and ahead of the poke of Slow all the time. Hodgie closing in. Hodgie fancying his chances. Firepower is in ninth place ahead of the Brownie. The Brownie's tyres looking pained as Keane in 11th. Castian, he has had to put another set of tyres on. There's no way that's the same set he put on nearly 20 minutes ago. Phaser, though, meanwhile, out there in the lead, undisputed, fastest man on track. And no one can take that away from him as we come into the final lap situation, which is now we've got a couple that are going to cross the line. With Firepower finishing in ninth place. And a great drive, kept his head down, just cracked on, good times, and got himself ninth. Brownie in 10th, chasing him down. and gets a good points position there, ahead of Kian in 11th. And a super drive from Kian. And Castian there with a 1.5 second penalty. He's quite a way away. So Fazer leads from Waney, and Rossi trying to close in on the Waney as Muhammad Ali also chasing that podium. Still a few corners to go. Still every opportunity to get, with Rossi getting friendly with the barrier, and Muhammad Ali closing in every second. Muhammad Ali might be a little nervous of his fuel tank. And Waney looks safe in that second place as Fazer might be the first win of the season for him here in the F-Type Series, round 5. It's all about the wonky German, ladies and gentlemen. The Belgian has absolutely dealt a blinder. He kept with the soft runners on those hard tyres. He did everything right as he brings it around on this final lap ahead of Waney. Biggie ahead of Muhammad Ali. Everything looks safe there. Nigel undeterred there. Slowpoke. Declan, Slowpoke. Everyone's having a race here. So Slowpoke and Hodgie side by side. Oh my word. And Declan slung it through up to 6th again. Is he happy about that? Sorry, I want to put it back. So Slowpoke there. He was fighting with Declan. Declan closed in. We saw Declan earlier get by him. And obviously Slowpoke's managed to get past. And Hodgie's gone for a twofer. Tried to go past both of them. Nearly took Slowpoke and helped Declan through and up to 6th place. Great stuff. We'll come back to it, but we're going to look at Fazer. Take the win. Ladies and gentlemen, be upstanding for Fazer. Great drive there. And when it all works, he works. Waney in 2nd place. Great drive, great strategy. Rossi in 3rd with Muhammad Ali just up his rear derriere. And Muhammad takes that fastest lap at the end of the race. Nigel comes home in 5th place. Well driven, early pit stop. Got the jump on a few of them there. And Nigel comes home in 5th. Declan in 6th. In the end, 2nd to 6th is his thing. Slowpoke in 7th. Hodgie in 8th. And I think that's everyone's crossed the line, so we'll pause it. And breathe, ladies and gentlemen. So Fazer does the impossible. He breaks the stronghold of the likes of Muhammad Ali, Waney the Mad DOWG, and Slowpoke to take a win in this championship. Great stuff from Fazer there. Great drive. Waney in the points again, high points. And that's going to do wonders for the championship, especially with Slowpoke. I mean, he was championship leader the last time I saw a table. And he's all the way down in 7th there with Waney finishing in 2nd. Rossi in 3rd. What a drive from Rossi, having to deal with Muhammad Ali all up and about his business. And he held himself to great esteem there. He kept his cool, ladies and gentlemen, and ended up on the podium. Congratulations, Muhammad Ali. What a weekend for Muhammad Ali. What a race, and what a round. And Muhammad Ali, he must be satisfied with the way those races went. It was absolutely cracking racing. Nigel coming home in 5th place. Got lucky, I think, a little bit with Slowpoke and Hodgie earlier, falling over each other. But Nigel still here representing. And what a great drive. Declan, unfortunate for Declan. I think he went 1 lap too long on the soft tyres and cost himself a podium at the very least. Slowpoke in 7th. Him and Hodgie. They're going to have a chat. A nice chat. But man alive, when they race and it's fun. For Slowpoke and Hodgie. Firepower in 9th. The Brownie comes home in 10th. Kian in 11th. And Castian there having to make an extra pit stop for soft tyres. So, fantastic stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Our 3rd stream this weekend. It has been an absolute pleasure. And I've still got one other to go before the evening is done. Thank you very much for those who have participated, taken part, jumped in the chat, said hello, hit the like button and all of the other stuff YouTube want you to do. And I don't like asking you to do because it's up to you. It's not for me to tell you to do what your own decisions. So thank you very much. And I will see you on to other side. If you choose to join me, it'll be Virtual Racers Club GTMC, I believe. We'll be doing next their brand new championship. Thank you very much. Tiru. Peace and love. Peace and love.